Good afternoon. I'm here with John. You might recognise John. You might recognise the hat from when we did the video in Barnsley. We're in North East Derbyshire. It's quite close to home for both of us, and we've come to have a look around the Dronfield area, a little place called Unstone. We've come to have a look at the old colliery and some of the remains of the old railway line. Having a discussion. I've always pronounced this, I mean, I've been driving through here for years and years and years. I've always pronounced it Unstone. Now John pronounces it Unstone,
because I'm a posh southerner.
But yeah, he's a southerner, so we're not sure. Nobody's actually told me the correct pronunciation, so I'm going with Unstone.
We'll go with that today.
So before we get started, let's have a look at exactly where we are. Unstone's a small village in North East Derbyshire, nestled in between Sheffield and Chesterfield, just on the outskirts of the town of Dronfield. Obstacle. Yeah. So that's not disused, that is the Sheffield-Chesterfield railway line just passing over us there on this lovely viaduct there. How many arches have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Today we'll be following the approximate route of the Unstone Colliery branch, which was built in the 1870s. This is the curvy top yellow line on this map. The branch line left the main Midland line between Chesterfield and Dronfield, just south of that viaduct. The junction and the sidings seen here are long gone. At the other end of the branch line, it joined the Midland Main Line again, just southeast of Dronfield Station. The branch line passed a number of collieries. Here are 6 listed on one of the information boards. We can see some remains of these on our trail today, but some are long gone or out of public bounds. I mentioned the information boards. There's plenty along this trail giving photos, descriptions and teasers about what you can find along the way. Now I don't know when this branch line actually closed. If anyone knows the answer to that, do drop a comment below. But if we look on old maps from around the middle of the 20th century, we can see the line's gone. We can just see remnants there of bankings. So we are standing on the old trackbed here. If I pan you round this way, looking off in that direction, we've got the live railway line between Chesterfield and Sheffield, or between Dronfield and Chesterfield to be more precise, just there. So this is where the junction, this is where this colliery line would have left the main line there and sneak. It'll curve its way around here, as we'll see in a moment. Look at these gate posts. Railway gate posts there, look. For the barbed wire. Got the old concrete one as well at that side. Not a particularly wide gate, is it there? And you can probably hear, you might not be able to see it, train on the line just behind us there, just going over that viaduct where we started. It's got quite a curve on it, hasn't it?
Yeah. It must have been quite a radius come up.
I'm going to go the muddy way, John. I'm not going to cheat going up there.
That's different elsewhere.
It's great though, because this is really local, isn't it?
It's very for me.
Yeah, for you especially.
I can't believe that there was such a large amount of mine history and disused railways so close to it.
But it is the same, like I've just been saying, Eckington.
Yeah.
When you start looking when you can go for a walk around Neckington, the woods, etc.
Yeah.
Really just scratch the surface with the history, and then you learn more. You go back, you find more, and every time you go back, you find a little bit more.
Yeah,
So we've had a little stroll, just only for 100 yards or so, on the alignment of the old colliery line there, which goes off in that direction. Which, as you can see, that's padlocked. We can't go any further through there without being noticed. So we're diverting off to the right hand side here. But we've got a, don't know if this is an original one or not. We've got some old gate posts that look like they're of some age, and a gate. So we're going to see a few collieries. Give you a 360 on where we are. We're going to see a few collieries today. We're around the site of the first one that we're going to be passing, Ramshaw, Ramshaw Drift Mine.
correct.
John has got a big thing of facts, which is a good job because I never remember these. So
Opened 1869, closed in 1895.
right, so it's very old then. It's been closed well beyond living memory then.
I do hope you're up for some hills, by the way.
Always up for some hills. Not saying I won't protest, but I'm always up for the hills. So we're just walking up this little embankment here. Just until I get to the top, and I'll show you over the top. So we're back to the site of the railway line there, which is down there, a line of trees. Somebody's house down there now, but yeah, we've got the old bridge filled in still down there. There's a coping stones, tapping stones here. World's biggest step.
I'm totally convinced that this has been moved.
But it's an old bridge. We were just discussing if this is the original location, because there's the line of trees you can see on the trackbed straight in front, but nothing that side. There's the other side of that bridge, or could that side have been moved? I don't know. It doesn't tie up with the alignment of the railway, does it? As you can see. And here's the other side of that bridge, the infill side. Assuming this is where the trackbed is, because we're still a little bit puzzled about the alignment of this bridge and the alignment of the line. Doesn't tally up with how things are now. So it's going off in that direction, isn't it? The old disused line. So that's the, I think community centre is the right word. Centre in the middle of Unstone. And we've got an information board here that's just telling us a little bit about the railway line. A couple of pictures there. Things that we're expecting to see. A little bit of history. When it was opened, etc. Some of the old things relating to some of the old ovens. So we're at the rough area then of the old Unstone Main.
This is the start of the main, what it's called Unstone Main Colliery.
And lots of brickwork, some retaining walls. Do you think the holes, do you think they're intentional, or do you think they're just as a result of decay?
I think probably decay.
It's missing bricks. You can see look at the mortar.
It's definitely being reinforced or something.
Yeah. Here's a closer look at that wall. I mean, it is a big wall, this. Bit of a poke our way inside. I don't know if these are intentional, these holes. If I just get a bit closer, there's something in there. There's some fitting in there. Get the camera a bit closer. Can you see? Kind of a metal spindle or something. Nothing in that one. It's difficult to tell. Some more brickwork. There's an archway. You can see it through there. Can't get any closer than this though. It's just a mound of nothingness. I think your stick's losing the battle there, if I'm being honest.
I bought this just in case you want to fertile around.
See the curve on there. Now John's mentioned something about a fan or something in this location. So it's an archway inside a larger archway here, isn't it? And this is a retaining wall, we believe. But there is, obviously there's that, you can see there's a different bricks on the right hand side there, and yeah, like an abutment. Got another information board that's teasing us a little because it's got some things on that we've not yet seen. Well, that's what we've just been looking at with the archway inside the other arch, and we believe John mentioned about it was something to do with a fan. Curved brickwork of Unstone Main's ventilation building, and that's what we've just been looking at. Where I said there was a red brick, it looked like the abutment. And some old rail that we're going to keep an eye out for, and then an old photo here. So I believe that's the retaining wall. We've just been walking along. The old row of colliery houses there. Up we go. It's like a brick from the old Brampton brickworks. Just getting my breath back a minute. I've not even climbed that high. So this, we're walking up at the moment, this steep gradient is, and I love an old tramway, and that's what we're tracing at the moment. Is it on here or is it in that dip?
Trough here, so basically,
yeah,
it's a tramway going up to Apperknowle Colliery, which is probably at least a mile that way.
This is a map from 1898, and the tramway is already shown as disused. The tramway went as far as Apperknowle Colliery, situated near to where the airfield is today. Not easy to make out on this map, but you can just about make out an intermittent straight line. But if we switch to rail map online, the route can be seen a little more clearly. I love this old photograph of the old coal mine tubs being pulled along on the chains. I'm not sure on the exact location, but more on this photo shortly. So we can't walk up the tramway. The gradients of these things never do themselves justice on camera, fortunately. You're gonna have to take my word for it. This is quite a severe incline we've got here up towards the Apperknowle Colliery. Was it a colliery in its own right?
Yeah.
Apperknowle then.
Yeah, another one.
And that went down there and towards there. So there we go. We can see the cutting down there at the tramway. The route of the tramway. Can't walk through that, unfortunately. So as always, the age of these tramways, there's never much to see other than an alignment or a banking. Quite lucky that that's still a defined course, isn't it? That.
It's very obvious.
So look, just behind that gate, look at the ground underneath the grass where it's come away there. So this looks like it's a colliery tip. Still got the tramway, we're still following it. All these mounds and the pit tip, we're guessing. Unstone Mountain. So it has levelled out now, thankfully. We can still see. You see the curvature there. You see the cutting that we're on the tramway still. looking back down. Nice views though, isn't it?
I said this is a place for a picnic.
It is.
On a nice sunny day.
That's Apperknowle in front. The village, you can see the houses, the Travellers Rest pub on the top. And the colliery just to the left of it there. See, that's the embankment we can see of the tramway. We're just trying to figure out, there's a photograph that's I've seen shared around quite a bit on Facebook that we're just struggling to put a location on. Landscape's going to have changed, pit tips come and go, they get re-landscaped. We're not quite sure where this photograph was taken. We thought it was down the bottom. We're not sure if it's looking in that direction. As always, if anyone does have an answer or any comments on what we've seen so far today, do drop a comment below. So we are back on the rough alignment of the old railway line. It did actually go back into Dronfield itself, where it joined back up with the main railway line. This, if we look on the maps, is the old engine shed, or the site of the old engine shed. And here is that shed on the old maps there, just up from Unstone Main Colliery. And we'll see, get through these thorn bushes, we'll see we have got some evidence and some remains of some walls. So it does go, we can, as you'd guess with an engine shed, just go all the way down here and we can see another wall. It's not the easiest ground to walk on. I apologise if it's a bit shaky. We can see the other wall at the other end here, that I'm assuming was the length of the engine shed. It's down to there. So we have been following a cutting on this side and an embankment on that side. That's looking back to where we've come. That's looking back towards the Chesterfield direction, and you can see it's starting to open out now. You can see the banking just widening out that way. We've got like a plateau, and this is the start of the area for the Unstone Colliery. So it was sunk in 1912, didn't last very long, only lasted until the 1920s. The information along this call it trail, this area, the history, is really well documented. So we've got another information board giving some useful information about the things that we're finding. As we can see, label there, Unstone Colliery, Unstone Line Coal Heritage Trail. It's your famous stone. It is, isn't it? Very well photographed is this stone. Unstone Colliery 1912. It's got plenty of things. You can see bits of brickwork and remains of old buildings lurking here. Right, okay, so these archways. Fantastic archways though, these, aren't they? It's worth going through this puddle for. It looks just about some girth on there, isn't it? Getting dripped on. This one's glazed. This is strange. Look, so that one, I mean, it could have something underneath it. It's just got like a coal dust, like a cinder topping on that path. But look over here. This has got a cobbled floor. Step down into it. It's visible. You can see that. It's not too dark. All right, I thought these were glazed. They're not. They're painted white. So are these painted white recently, or are they originally painted white from the days that they were the colliery was here. Something set in concrete there, looks like a trough or something. This has been bricked off, this archway, doesn't it look like a partially demolished wall? So could this one have been a storeroom or something else? I mean, this is one of the more recent. Ooh, balance not great. Nearly ended up down there. Then this is the recent collieries that we've seen today, and as a result, there is more things left, like red bricks. Old storerooms or something, possibly. So, if we look on the map, we can see this on the old notice board down there. These are listed as offices. Red brick again, isn't it? So we've just followed the kind of course of what you can just make out to be an old pathway. And what is this? John, this is an entrance to the drift mine.
To the drift mine. This is the actual mine. This is
the actual mine.
This is the where it all came from. This is the whole point of the site, was around this.
Unstone pit. It's infilled now. You're not going to be getting in there, are you? This is very soft, this ground, isn't it?
But apparently a 20-minute walk down there, in there, and that's when we've got to the cold face or where it was.
So this is Summerley. You can see there, engine house, like the one at Seldom Seen in Eckington Woods, until 1989, and so very, very recently, 30 years, just over 30 years, you could see evidence of this. That seems like an invitation.
I was going to say, yeah, I do feel the need after another hill.
Golden Jubilee. Yeah, this is, I love these, I love them.
I know you love bricks.
I absolutely love coming. I mean, it's better when you come across them somewhere when you're out doing a video and it's got a bit of history, got riddings, seen them before.
Someone's presumably been collecting these from around
Bolton on Durham. Welbeck, yep.
And it says cocoa, does that mean that was from the cocoa?
Whittington, that's very local. Kilnurst. Stairfoot, there we go. That's Byron Bricks down there.
Yeah, that one.
Lots of ones we've seen, recognised from the travels over the years. So much. Who's put this together then?
I don't know, I think it was private land, but they've given it over to
Right.
the public to be able to come and enjoy it as well.
So this is Metapick
Metapick?
Park. That's strange. Is that named after something, or it's nothing to do with? It sounds a little bit of a brand name, doesn't it? That, but reason why I'm just coming to here. This is a bit of out of its original placement, you could say. Midland Railway thing there. You can see we've come across those. We've seen one of those in Clown, on the old Clown station. You do come across them from time to time, but I think the majority of photos I've seen of them are probably in people's gardens.
What's the LNS?
What's what?
LNS.
LNS. Oh, LMS. London, Midland, Scottish. In other words, that's the Midland Railway. That was the post grouping name. The Midland Railway predecessor. So they're obviously LMS, Midland Railway, local, that's the Midland line. We can,
Oh, so that may have come from...
we can, yeah. So there probably are. I'm guessing these lines were Midland Railway operated that we've seen today. Given that they come off the Midland line at both ends. That might be wrong, I've not looked that up, that's just a guess. So at least they are geographically correct. It's not like it's a Southern Railway one that's...
Yeah, it's come from the locality. At first I thought this is the tram line and it's a bridge.
It's definitely a bridge, isn't it? This is definitely a bridge, something going over something.
I don't know if maybe the tram line took it to the railway, which is over on the right, and then this was just maybe bring it down the hill or something like that. I don't know. It's definitely man-made.
Yeah. There's some... But we're not seeing this in any maps.
No, not really, no.
Nothing that's found yet.
I think perhaps you can see the event.
Got this old bridge, which quite obviously is an abutment for something. You'd have to assume a tramway or a railway. It's an old one by the looks of things, but unsure as we stand on today what this was. So another mystery if anyone local has got the answer to this. It's situated just where I've put that arrow, just going in the Dronfield direction from the Metterpick Park. I mean, we may be barking up the wrong tree entirely. It may be just as innocent as a retaining wall. Because on no maps can we see any railway, tramway or anything similar crossing in this location.
I'll save you the perils of dropping down.
Don't fall down, will you? I'm filming. Of course, there are other things along this branch line that we've not been able to show you. We do have the Unstone Colliery and the fantastic coke ovens that we read about on this information board, but sadly they're not open to the public. They're out of bounds, they're on private land. So this is a little bonus at the end. This isn't related to the collieries or the Unstone branch line. This is the main line between Sheffield, just outside Dronfield. Don't know if there's anything coming. So, which side was it? So, we just fetched you up here to show you. This is the site of the old, the Unstone station.
Unstone station, yeah.
Unstone station.
Yeah.
There is some tarmac down the right hand side there, isn't there? Is that related? So, cheers to John. He's made a few visits here just to recce a few things, so I think I'd have still been mumbling around up the top looking for bits of rail. We never did find that old tramway rail though, did we?
No.
If anyone knows or can pinpoint it on a map, if it's still there, it might have gone. People do love to remove bits of metalwork and steel from these kind of things, unfortunately. So as always, we'll bid you farewell. Thanks for watching, take care, and we'll see you soon.